Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Starfinder 2nd Edition, No Place Like Home, our homebrew adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and allow me to do all these cool, crazy, wacky, wonderful, and amazing things here on the DAG channel. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Yeah, it's so good to
Hi.
see you guys. I hope you
hi.
guys have had a good and restful week because I am going to ruin your calm. But yes.
Nice.
But before we start in today's game, we have some people to thank, and that is, of course, our lovely sponsors who keep the lights on and allow DAG to continue to eat solid food. We have, of course, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT of choice, which you can see behind me. That is all of my tables, all of my stuff, and the dice rollers and all these cool things, and allows me to connect to all of the lovely players that I have here from all around the world. So go check out Fantasy Grounds. They're an amazing VTT. We then have Sirenscape for the beautiful sound effects our heroes will hear throughout the course of the session, which actually reminds me, I do need to give the players, well, I mean, those of you who are already connected don't need to do anything, but those of you who have not connected to Sirenscape, there is the link for you guys so that you guys can join on the fun. Don't feel stressed about it, but I did forget about it and that was on me. So there you go. But yeah, Sirenscape helps immerse my players into the world of role-playing, so, you know, go check them out. They're pretty cool. And lastly, we have HeroForge for the wonderful art you can see on screen here. The character tokens you can see, as well as the little virtual cam characters there. All of those are made using HeroForge, which is an amazing 3D model making service that allows you to not only design, create, and bring to life characters, but also 3D print them. So there you go. That is that's the thing we're doing here. Cool. Now, as always, we want to start off by getting you guys to acclimate to our players, because they are, of course, the drive behind our adventure. So I'm going to get you guys to introduce yourselves, your characters, and well, pretty much how you're finding your place in the world presently. So that is to say, your character's enjoying themselves, they're having a good time, they think, you know, like, that these ratchet folk people are jerks, you know, whatever thoughts about the world cross your mind, share it with the audience so that we can get some insight into these characters. Let's start off with none other than our dear friend Gareth, who is captain of this crew of Starfinder Gremlins. Take it away, Steve.
Well, hey gang, I'm Cookie Mon Steve, playing Gareth, as Dag was so politely to say. You know, he's just your basic, you know, not terribly innocent youngish ship captain who is enjoying a drink on the opposite side of the station and has no clue that his crew is actually in trouble. But, you know, other than the fact that they said someone was looking for him, and, you know, somebody else had already mentioned that the mob was not happy with the last job that they did before we started. Apparently we boosted somebody's, you know, we boosted some stolen medicine that, and the people who stole it know that we did it in the first place. So, you know, I'm sure that nothing bad will come from that.
Absolutely nothing. Hi, everyone. I'm Cass. I am playing Elowin. She is a human mystic who was adopted into a Kasathan clan on their home ship, the Adari, when she was either a baby or a toddler. And she is now undergoing her tempering, which is a Kasathan coming of age and self-realization journey. While she is a bit pissed that, like, less than an hour into their leave that there's already trouble, she's she's generally enjoying being on the ship and sort of getting to know everybody and figuring out exactly how her xenobiology, mystic, medicine background is going to help keep these chaotic fools safe.
Was muted. Hi, I'm Marcus, aka Coreshift. I'm playing Mercutio, the robot inventor. Um, he was a skeleton, got trapped as a teapot. Now that teapot is somewhere inside this robot body, and he's getting used to it. He's made some neat friends on the ship.
You're muted, Rataria.
Thank you. Missed that. My son had to come in. I am Anna, and I am playing Madeline, and she is a six-armed fury ball full of fuzzies, and basically a bit of a smartass with a so-so attitude, 6'4" attitude, and a 2'10" body. And she's getting along okay, getting used to things, finding her way and her place outside of her world and where she belongs.
Okie dokie, hi. My name is Syl. I play June 30. She is a relatively freshly renewed android. Used to do a lot of competitive video gaming. Ended up falling in with the crew of this fine ship following a change in career caused by a lot of fiddly contract stuff that I believe our dear captain bailed her out of. Currently, she's still in that stage where she's getting used to being the pilot, as it stands, because, her actual piloting experience was a little limited before this, but she's got a knack for it. She got everyone there, and she got everyone safely. So, she's currently still in that phase of getting acclimated to everyone and everything, and seeking out new experiences while she's at it. Said new experiences didn't necessarily include giant mechanical rats and gangster kids, but she'll figure it out.
Hello, I'm Malakisa, and I play Carlina, who is a Patra Guardian. She's a little more world-wise as a junker than some of the other people on the ship, and she's, kind of taken the Guardian role pretty seriously and wants to help take care of the crew, but she's currently a little exasperated over like June just calling the captain out and saying, hey, these people want to meet with you, and she knows exactly who the Ratchets are, and was just like, what did you do? And I think she's a little confused at how naive June might actually be, and she's trying to figure out how to handle the situation and keep everybody safe at the same time.
She's very baby.
Super baby. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. All right. Now, before we kick off, we have one last person to thank. That is our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you so much for being here and being a part of the show. We greatly appreciate you guys giving us your time, and as such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to influence the game while we play. We have a wide variety of things that you can enjoy while you're playing, while we are playing, should I say. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points points that can be used at any point in time to influence the game. These things can be insight bonuses, wandering monsters, wandering bosses, divine intervention, divine healing. So many cool things that you guys can use in order to play alongside us. Because, hey, we want games to be interactive. We want games to be enjoyable and stuff. So that is what we are doing. But, of course, for those of you who wish to help out Dag with his monthly survival check, which covers our overheads and basically, helps us eat solid food and all that jazz, we have a number of donations that can go towards our adventures. For $5, our heroes can, for $5, you can either purchase hero points for our players or jinx points for me. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules, and roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counteract hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or complicate things ever so slightly. For $10, I will draw from either a deck of narrative plot twists, which give me random prompts to throw into the mix of the story, where I will read out said prompt, and I will just throw it in there. The second use is I will utilize our new little tool here, the Roll and Playbook, in order to generate a random NPC, random encounter, random quest. Basically, I take something from the book and we throw that into the mix as well. It's actually been quite good. We've got quite a lot of little twists and turns that have happened already from this book. So yeah, very keen on that. We then have, of course, our Natural 20, which is a $20 donation, because sometimes, you just want shit to work, and Nat 20s are how you do it. So there you go. And then, of course, we have our $50 donation, which is either a boss buff, where we increase the difficulty of a challenge the group is facing, making something more deadly, more dangerous, and, of course, just far, far, far more exciting. This could also be changing the parameters of victory entirely. So we could just add some more drama to things by having a baby walking across a active crane, trying to, just be overhead. And you're like, oh no, a baby. Whatever we decide to do, we basically play around with the idea of things be dangerous, yo, is the thing in a nutshell. So yeah, there's that. Then we have our $50 donation, which is the Harrow Draw, where we draw from the Fortune-Telling Harrow deck, and in doing so, we read out a prophecy. If our heroes fulfill the prophecy or go the opposite way and reject the prophecy, then the heroes will receive either a boon, magic item, or a secret fighting art from the creature within the card. They'll also receive a bonus 1d4 to all rolls for 3 sessions with any roll associated with the suit on that card. So, for example, we have the Trumpet, which is a shield card. So, Constitution rolls will receive a 1d4, for example. So yeah, that's how that works. And lastly, we have our secret menu item. Woo! Secret menu item. Okay, so secret menu item, we are going to add in something very, very fun here. And that is, of course, the ability to use a special device, which I like to call the holographic decoy. The holographic decoy has always been one of my favorite ninja-styled bits of kit and material, and the way it works is thus. It is a rechargeable item that does need to be recharged. It has 1 charge in it at any given time, and what it will allow you to do is, as an action, as 2 actions, you can create yourself an illusion or a hologram of yourself and give it a basic instruction. This means it can keep doing what it's doing, it can run away, it can do whatever, but at the same time, you are then given a cloaking field for 1d4 rounds at the exact same moment that happens, giving the impression of the illusion of you either, basically being replaced by this creature and this entity. Later on, our heroes will be able to purchase an upgrade for it that will allow our heroes to do it as a reaction instead of 2 actions. Well, there's 2 upgrades. So the 1 upgrade will make it 1 action, then the following upgrade will make it a reaction as well. So yeah. It is our decoy drive armor upgrade is what this is. So there you go. That is our $100 secret menu item. So yeah, there we go. Woo! Now, before we kick off, we do have a donation here from our dear friend Schoolie and OG Lava Kitten. So Schoolie has demanded. What did Schoolie said?
He's changing it up.
He is.
Tarot reading for Carlina.
A Harrow reading and 2 Jinx points. Yay! I get Jinx points. Fuck yeah.
It's about to get real smelly in here.
I love that Dag has Jinx points before any of us have gotten a hero point.
I was just gonna say, I think it's funny that this is the longest that Dag and us have gone without Jinx or hero points when a new campaign starts.
You mean session 2?
Yeah, every other campaign, session 1, everybody's loaded up.
Well, that's just because I'm lovable and people wanna see me do horrible things. That's all. All right. So Carlina, I unfortunately I again forgot to put the automated one on the thing, and I'm not gonna kick everyone off just to do it, but I've got the cards here. I'm giving them the old shuffledy shuffle. I am putting them down. There are 3 on my left-hand side, 3 in the middle, and 3 on the right-hand side. Now, presuming numbering, we're going from top to bottom, left to right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Pick a number for your Harrow draw.
You know, that's too complicated with math. Let's just go dead center.
That would be... Sure. Okay. You have the Midwife, which is a star sign. That means wisdom checks for the next 3 sessions will be at a plus 1d4. So just remember that as we go ahead. In addition, let's read out what the Midwife card entails. The Midwife card was wisdom. Yes, there we go. Okay. The Midwife card is a neutral good card of wisdom. It represents the enabler or conduit of new creation, information, or arrivals. Interesting. I love that. And I will just copy and paste that to you guys so you guys have that information. If it allows me to do the thing. Sorry, it's just taking me a second.
It's okay.
Okay.
You keep telling us we don't have to apologize. You don't have to apologize either.
Oh, well, thank you. If someone could also tell me what OG's donation is, I can work on that
One
too.
hero point for everybody. One hero point for everybody.
Thank you so much for the mass hero point. Who knows? They may need it.
Probably.
I'm so bad I've taken to asking if I can hero point stuff in other games.
I mean,
Excellent.
I tried to join a one-shot, and the GM was like, no, hero points are stupid. I don't like them. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, have fun, everybody.
Instant vibe check fail.
He did indeed fail. Horribly.
okay, there we go. Done and done. And a hero point for everyone. So, hero point for Kalina, hero point for June, hero point for Medlin, hero point for Mercutio, hero point for Elwin, and hero point for Gareth. Okay, there we go. Done, done, and done. All right, that's all our donations. Fantastic. All right, I think that's everything, right? We good?
Sure.
So,
All right. Well, without any further ado, let us return back to our adventure. Tensions arise on the streets of Absalom Station as our heroes find themselves confronted by members of the Ratchet Gang, a group of thugs who are about to get into a scrap because our heroes refused their polite invitation to accompany them to Mama Ratchet's hideout in order to await their captain, who has some business to resolve with their matronly leader. In the markets is where we start our adventure. As Medellin, Elowin, Mercutio, June 30, and Carlina are slowly being encroached upon by what look to be several mechanical rats. At this point, the white rat named Nib turns his gaze up towards you and says, last chance. We ain't gonna ask again. Come quietly, or we're gonna have to bring you a little more roughed up.
as we don't look roughed up enough.
All right. Look, guys. Mama Ratchet wants to see the captain. So bringing us to your mama's, not exactly bringing the captain. So why don't you let us go get the captain, and I know where y'all need to meet. So we'll bring the captain to the spike, and everything's gonna be fine.
Make a diplomacy roll.
All right.
That's not bad. That's pretty good, actually. They look at each other and look at you. At this point, Kat says, I think that should be okay. You know, Mom did say she wanted the captain. She didn't really say for us to get into any big fights or anything like that. Nib and Nob kind of look at each other. Nob says, yeah, but I like fights. You know, get a bit of the rough and tumble in. And what if they don't come back, huh? Nib sort of raises his hand to quiet his siblings. Fine. But one of you stays with us. A bit of a insurance policy to make sure you don't run off.
We're not gonna go anywhere, but I got business with Mama anyway, so I'll head back with you guys.
They look at each other and they nod. Right. Carlina comes with us. The rest of you go fetch your captain.
In back, I think June kind of like is sort of fumbling for the phone again to try and let the captain know. I'm not sure she's clear to call yet. Is she?
Well, I would say as opposed to that, I would engage with the scene as it currently is, then look at moving outside of it. It's a good idea. This is just sort of more technique-wise, because otherwise, you know, you're just kind of ignoring them, and that also is a response in a way. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see. I guess I just wasn't 100% clear where we were scene-wise, if we were battling or not.
Well, currently there has been a negotiation to not battle. So at present there is no fight, so long as Carlina comes quietly and all the rest of you go to get the captain. And that's the thing that they're responding to. They're basically saying, cool, so the deal is Carlina comes with us, the rest of you go get your captain. So they're waiting for you guys to respond to that.
Carlina's gonna turn around. It's fine, guys. I gotta get some parts for the coolant anyway. Mama Ratchet's the one I gotta talk to. It's fine. Let the captain know. And she's just gonna nod. Everybody's gonna be okay. It's cool. Don't worry about it.
I'm not too worried about you. I'm more worried about them.
Take care of yourself over there, all right?
We got it. Besides, back in my village, if we had kids that acted this way, we would hang them up in a burlap sack from a tree and beat them with the thorns from a cactus tree.
Isn't that a little extreme? Maybe I don't know. How do people take care of their kids these days?
I don't know. Back in my day, they just beat us.
Elwyn looks at Carlina and is horrified by the idea of hanging small animal children in a tree and beating them, whether there's a burlap sack or not. And she's just going to be like, tradition, other people's traditions.
Well, a little bit.
Impose my own opinions.
Well, unfortunately, a little bit more than that. Carlina made a little bit of an oopsie here. Because probably the last thing you should do to a group of people who have, as I've mentioned, a matronly system, would be to criticize the parenting skills of their mother. This will require a will save from Nib and Nob. Wednesday's okay, but they do not like you making fun of how their mother raised them. They do not like anyone talking shit about their mother. And, yeah, let's see what the will saves go with. So, Nib is going to get a...
They're about to get really pissed.
Okay, sorry, that was Nob. Nob is okay. Nib... Nib is okay. Okay. But I will say that you do notice that the second you start talking shit, they both seem to tighten their grip on their weapon. And it is actually Cat who, sort of calms them down ever so slightly to avoid them just attacking. Okay. With that being said, Carlina makes his way back. Medlin, do you have anything to contribute?
Medlin is just glaring at them and tells Carlina, you just do what you think you need to do. We'll do what we think we need to do.
Carlina, you may respond in kind to that.
I got it handled. You're fine. Just let the captain know it's Mama Ratchet. He knows.
All right. And with that, you begin to make your way following the Ratchet kids. All right. Now, the rest of you do know the captain's usual watering hole. So that is the place I imagine you guys are heading. Is there anything you want to do deviating from that plan?
Not really.
I don't. Medlin does not.
Nope. All right.
We'll go find him.
Fantastic. Okay. So with that, the Ratchets and Carlina make their way towards the spike. Meanwhile, across town at a tavern in the Ring, which is down in the puddles over here, Gareth is approached from behind. Once I get that music calmed down. Okay. So, inside the bar, a figure approaches Gareth. Without uttering a word, you hear a voice speak up. So I see an ale. One for me and one for my two friends. A large hulking figure sits next to you, Gareth. One you do actually recognize. A man in armor you don't actually see very often this far away from the central eye. A Vlaka, wearing the regalia of the stewardship. This individual is... I've got him over here. This is Sergeant Callus. And you have a long history with this individual. In particular, I presume you remember who this is, yeah?
Yes.
Excellent. 3 ales are poured next to you as he quickly takes his.
What brings you,
He puts his hand up to silence you before you finish your thought. He raises the pint to his lips, and in a very almost uncharacteristic way, he just one-shots this entire pint of ale. I'm not going to do that, but you know. He slams the ale down, and he lets loose this roaring belch before wiping his lips and saying, "Disgusting."
Then why did you have it?
Well, that depends. There are 2 potential reasons. The first is that way perhaps I can claim that some sort of poison that is cutting through the actual alcohol might be the reason that I'm seeing a sorry good-for-nothing traitor wandering around the station like it's no one's business. Or maybe, perhaps, it holds some sort of special reason as to why I shouldn't drag you by your shortened curlies back to the station and arrest you for one, if not billions, of different crimes that have already begun circulating about you and that hodgepodge crew that you seem to have put together of criminals and ne'er-do-wells.
I have a fine crew. I don't know what you're talking about. And, Sergeant, since when do you start arresting people on rumors?
He turns to face you, and he says, looking at you with a very fervent anger in his eye. He leans in close. I don't need rumors to know a criminal when I see one. And if you want to look me in the eye and tell me you're anything other than that, then there's definitely something in that fucking drink. Because you're as bad as they come. And the sooner I see you hanging by a noose, the better. So enjoy your drink, Gareth. And give me a fucking reason while you're here. And he stands up, he slams like some credits on the table, and he storms out. There is a silence that is over the bar as he does so. Val is sitting there this whole time, basically just been like, oh, dude, like, Dude. He just says dude. That's all he does. It's in your mind. He just goes, fuck. Dude.
I don't think you've met the sergeant before, Val.
Thankfully not. I would not want someone like that on my fucking ass. You have a Vlaka on your ass? Jesus. Fuck, Gareth. You do not fuck around.
He's got an attitude. You know, there's some history here, but
No, I don't want to. I don't want to fucking know. Okay, that's your business. I don't want people coming up to me asking me about your shit. Okay, but hey, you bought a beer, so you know.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
As you are drinking, the bar door suddenly swings open, and in comes the rest of your crew. Except for Kalina, of course.
We have a bit of an issue.
No hellos?
That's one way to put it.
No, we don't have time for the niceties right now. Ma Ratchet's little shitlings are looking for you, and they took Carlina.
Correct.
Carlina.
And she offered to go with them. She offered to go with them, Captain, so that we wouldn't be escalating to violence in the streets. And somehow it worked for a little bit, but I don't think they're going to be very patient, if you catch my drift.
I do. That's unfortunate. I was going to say, the fact that none of you guys are scraped up or bruised tells me that Carlina went with them. Was it her idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
She said she had some business with Miss Mama Ratchet ass bitch.
Probably. Looking for parts, that's one of the places that she would probably have gone and looked. Val, have you met my crew?
No, I haven't. Pleasure to meet you. My name is,
like-
and he goes, and you hear in your mind his full name, which of course you understand why he's called Val.
Yeah. It's, it looks like, I'm gonna have to go and tend to this.
Oh, hey, look, you do your thing. I just wanted to give you a heads up, and well, I mean, for all the good that did you. Hey, look, listen. For what it's worth, I think Mama Ratchet's really just trying to get some extra leverage. You know what I mean? If she wanted to kill you guys, then well, she's more than capable of that. But yeah, you know, think of it more of a business deal than a you know, hostage negotiation or whatever. Anyway.
Yep.
Gareth, you gonna drink that?
He's gonna take about a third of it and then say, "Here."
Sick.
Gotta go.
And you watch as he pours it onto his mandibles, and he just all right. With that being said, Gareth, you do know the way to Mama Ratchet's workshops. They are down in the Spike, which is, of course, if we look at our version of Absalom Station here. Actually, I wonder if there's a... I wonder if I've got another version of Absalom Station. Absalom Station... let's see. That's an in. What about? Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so Absalom Station is comprised of multiple parts. Obviously, the dome in the center is the eye. The large circular ring that circumferences the eye itself is, of course, the ring. And you can see down at the very bottom where a lot of the processing and a lot of the engines and the mechanics of the station exist is an area known as the spike, and that is where you guys are heading. As you begin to make your way down in that direction, it is not hard. There is some public transportation that'll lead you down into that area, which, of course, takes you down to kind of this, like, rough urban area. You can see that there is a large group of, like, you know, buildings that are kind of built on top of each other. A lot of, like, residential apartments are built on the top of businesses, small shops with very specialist kind of needs and things, and even people selling stuff on blankets on the streets here. The fuel that they use for some of the cars here are still quite toxic, so there's this plumage of, like, black smoke that kind of lingers just above eye line everywhere, no matter where you happen to go. As you make your way deeper into the spike, you can see that you can truly come to appreciate the disenfranchised nature of those who once resided in Galarion. Many humans offering services to do work and looking for jobs and the like. Lots of criminals who are trading and capitalizing on the downtrodden down here. And of course, advertisings from people in the upper parts of the station, you know, just sort of like vandalized and kind of, you know, completely blind to the situation here. You see, like, you know, toothpaste ads with people with shining teeth. It's like, you know, you don't have to be a Gopglorian to appreciate shining white teeth. Try Flomox. Flomox is, you know, will give you the whitest teeth that you've ever seen. And then as you make your way around, you do notice that Mama Ratchet does have a somewhat of a presence here, but not kind of as strong as, like, you know, like, they're not on every street corner and the like, but you do notice that her spies, these tiny little mechanical rats, every now and then mixed in with the real rats, you could see this tiny robot rat kind of looking towards you, its ears acting as kind of radars as they kind of take notice of you and then keep moving. Okay. Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Merc's seeing all the you know, the downtrodden people and that.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna, like, let out a sigh and shake his head and go, it's disheartening to see that the more things change, the more things just end up staying the same.
It's fair. Okay, Carlina, we're gonna go to you real quick. Now, you've been brought to go see Mama Ratchet, and she hasn't really come to see you yet. They're just kind of like holding you in like this sort of warehouse with, like, what you can see a bunch of factory workers who are disassembling several machines, keeping certain scraps, throwing the others in a giant smelter. There is a large burning forge that they are smelting all the scrap down in, with this huge pool of glowing orange slag that is currently being processed for impurities and the like. The people on the line here, as I mentioned before, are like these downtrodden humans looking for extra work, or a variety of different people who are in the same kind of downtrodden, disenfranchised kind of sense. It isn't long before, you know, Nib and Nob, who are, you know, sort of keeping an eye on you, are kind of like just making fun of the factory workers, kind of kicking them around, bossing them about, very, very needlessly, but, you know, it's just to pass the time. As the door knocks, and Gareth and crew finally arrive.
Hey guys, they wouldn't let me go shopping, but glad you made it in.
Are you
Carolina.
okay?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just bored.
Are they okay?
Who's they?
The kids of Mama Ratchet.
Uh,
Who's they're okay?
yeah, they're just around the corner. They all like look around and they're just like, you don't need to be worrying about us being okay. Gareth.
June is just visibly relieved that everyone is quote unquote okay.
Yeah. Everyone is fine. Nib and Nob turn to Gareth. Gareth, Mama wants a word with you. In private.
Sure. Let's go see what she's looking for.
A small wrought iron staircase leads up to what looks to be an office that's kind of suspended on a makeshift second level. It's just got a thin catwalk attached to it as well. As you begin to make your way towards the staircase, Nob uses his baseball bat and slams it against the wall, kind of stopping you. You think we're stupid? Hand over your weapons. Now.
Do you really think Mama's going to be afraid of me? But okay. And he hands over his baton and his stun gun.
Cool. He takes them. Well, actually, Cat will take those, and then Nob will kind of like move his baseball bat. Again, keeping in mind, Nob is a Yosoki, so he's like knee high to a child. You know what I mean? Like he's just like, like meow, you know. Yeah. All right. You climb the stairs upwards, and as you do so, eventually find yourself in a small, quite nice little office. It's surprisingly nice compared to, like, you know, the surroundings. Like, someone has dressed it up. It's almost homey in a way. And that is when you see this individual who is busy working behind a desk. As Nib and Nob open the door, Mama, we found him. Well, ain't that... Sorry, let me try that again. Well, ain't you two just a bundle of joy? Thank you so much for bringing my guest to me here. Now take yourselves and go get yourselves a hard candy before you head back out in the street. Yes, Mama. All right, now go on, you get. Gareth, my dear friend. Welcome. It's been a while since you set foot on the station. Can I offer you some sweet tea, maybe?
Sweet tea sounds lovely.
You watch his Mama walks over to a small fridge. You know, like she's actually got quite a curvature to her, so you can see her butt kind of like does that whole like side to side sashay as she goes over. She's wearing like an apron and stuff. She opens up the fridge and there is an ice cool glass of peach iced tea. Now here's the extra bit. It has ice cubes in it. Here on Absalom Station, water is such a rarity because it's always like filtered down, it's always processed and stuff like that. So people don't usually, you know, outside of the central like eye, people don't usually do things like, you know, use ice in stuff and things like that. And because tea is mostly water, instead of like being like 90% syrup and then like a splash of like soda water, it's also quite, you know, quite upscale as far as things go. She pours you out a glass and hands it over. Now y'all tell me if that's too cold for you. I know that sometimes at my age the cold can hurt my teeth.
He takes a sip and it's like, that's just lovely, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Now, Mr. Gareth, I believe we have some business to conclude. You see, I'm sure you're aware that I am just a simple woman, trying my hardest to raise my many offspring here on Absalom Station. And there are many challenges that face a budding entrepreneur like myself. Of course, ain't hard for many people to make a living if they put in some good, honest, hard work. Ain't that right, Mr. Gareth?
That sounds like a good way to raise children.
Well, thank you very much. I find your compliment most gracious, but you see, therein lies the problem that we seem to be having. You see, my children, bless their souls, they are also looking and following in dear Mama's footsteps. Many of them, they try to follow in the family business, procuring odds and ends for scrap and metal and whatnot. Others begin to do trade with what we find among the junk. You'd be surprised at what these upper-level dwellers will just simply throw into the trash. But then again, a few of my kin prefer to do some stuff off-world, and, well, therein lies the rub. You see, Mama's influence don't quite spread as far as it used to, and, well, it made my heart weep to hear that my dear beloved Oliver, who had tried so hard to procure himself a new form of industry over on Akaton, was suddenly waylaid by the actions of a group of thieves, what stole what he rightfully took. She sits back in her chair and gestures, inviting you to sit down as well.
Thank you. I will sit down.
The music, by the way, comes from the radio that's on her desk. She kind of turns it down, and then turns her attention back to you. Now, what we have here, Mr. Garrett, is either a problem or potentially a business opportunity. You see, I make my living here doing favors for folks, making sure that everyone is appreciating the order that comes from knowing your place in the world. Do you know your place, Mr. Gareth?
I think I do know my place.
Good. I like hearing that. Cookie? She reaches down and pulls out a tray of these circular shortbread cookies. They all have a little tiny jam dot in the middle of it.
Are those shortbread with jam?
Well, yes, they are. Mama fresh baked them themselves.
Those are my absolute favorites. So yes, I would very much appreciate one of those.
These are absolutely perfect with the tea.
Yep.
Well, seeing as you and your crew unintentionally, and I'm very confident you did not intend to cross dear old Mama Ratchet. Seeing as you and your crew unintentionally managed to bring the business away from my dear poor Oliver, we're going to have you rectify that with another one of my kin. You see, Simon is he's a special boy, he is. He's been trying to get himself some more attendance at his pay-per-view event, some kind of wrestling thing that he's doing. Problem is that the people that he happens to get participate in his little adventure, well, they don't tend to be the kind who know what they're doing. Can't aim their gun up or down or left or right or nothing, and end up usually getting torn to shreds pretty quick and in a hurry. Now, I know you have that Patra with you, Carlina, and rumor has it you've got a Vescarium soldier with you as well.
Yes, this is true.
Well then, how about this? You take your crew and you go one evening at Simon's, what do you call it, House of Pain. You walk away with a little bit of extra scratch. And of course, Mama could consider this whole ugliness put aside.
That sounds like a very lovely offer. I would like to chat with the two of them about it, but I'm knowing both personalities, I'm pretty sure they're going to be happy.
Oh, yeah, no. And also, to be clear, I don't just want the two of them. I want all your crew, including yourself as well, Mr. Gareth. You see, big showstopper and whatnot. A crew of free runners like yourself will draw in a crowd.
I see. That's most likely doable.
All right, then. I like to hear this, Mr. Gareth, and I'm so glad to hear that you are a reasonable man. I've heard many rumors circulating around the sphere about you, and I'm glad to hear that only some of them are true. I mean, of course, I heard about your sweet tooth and your love for the biscuits. And here, take the plate with you. She kind of like stands up and kind of guides you towards the door. As she does so, she says, "Now, one last thing, Mr. Gareth, just before you go, of course." She looks over at the workers, who kind of nod and all begin to move very, very, sort of quickly. "Mr. Gareth, I know that my family is, of course, the world to me, and I'm going to do my best to always do right by them. But I think you need to understand exactly how far a mother's love will travel." And as she gestures, she moves over to along the catwalk towards the assembly line. Like I said, there's a big conveyor belt with like bits and pieces being dragged into the smelter. You can see that there is what looks to be a hanging cable that seems to have a chain and what looks to be a Vesk, just a random civilian, chained up with his hands bound to this hook as it's on the conveyor belt, sliding across the roof of the warehouse. Mama walks with you, and by the way, you can interrupt me anytime at this point if you wish to. We'll walk with you. Well, that's not the music I want. Let me try that again. I want creepy music, thank you. Much better. Okay. She moves you over to the conveyor belt. And as she does so, one of the workers brings her up another tray of cookies. These ones are raw and in a tray. What she does is she ties them to this guy's chest via a belt and a little like a little strut so that the tray can sit. The guy struggles, and as this happens, Mama Ratchet sort of looks at this guy and takes a wrench out and whacks the Vesk in the jaw. Blood sort of splatters onto the tray a little bit. She kind of like tisks as she looks up at him, but quickly just sighs and sort of picks off the biscuits that have blood on it before gesturing at the conveyors. The conveyor belt continues moving in as Mama Ratchet says, "You see, sometimes there are folk who don't know their place, Mr. Gareth. Sometimes there are people who try to take what ain't theirs to raise this station. Now, I have no problem with this, not at all, unless someone tries to take from me and my kin. Then, well..." A few moments later, you hear the screams that happen as the Vesk is brought into the furnace. It's only brief, and a few moments later, you don't see the body, but another worker comes out with a tray of cookies. that are hot and steaming from the oven. And she takes a biscuit for herself, and she... See? Perfect. Just like my mama used to make it, and just like I teach my kids. A good, sweet treat is all about temperature. Getting everything right. And I know you'll do right by us, Mr. Gareth. Oh, I know you will. When you had a conversation with your crew, come back here tonight. I'll make sure that the boys give you a proper reception down to the spike. Down to the pain, whatever the hell he calls that stupid thing. Anyway, you'll have an escort. She puts the cookies, more cookies, stacking them onto your tray. You notice that she missed one of the cookies that still has a tiny bit of blood baked onto it. So instead of jam in the middle, it's got like jam, but then like this small splatter of blood. And she'll turn and she'll walk back to her office, letting you return back to your crew.
Gang, we need to go.
Go where?
Wait, we still need parts. Are we not getting parts?
At this point, if you do need parts, Kat will say, "Oh, if you need parts, I run the administration. I can get you some stuff if you like."
Oh, thanks, Kat. That's very sweet of you. Yeah, can we go look at some cooling parts?
Yeah, of course. Just this way. This is where we keep some of the cooling equipment. You can see that she is that Kat in particular is actually quite perturbed. Like, Kat couldn't watch what was happening with the Vesk and things like that. And she is very happy for any excuse to not be on the factory floor at present. So we'll have Carlina for the time. I mean, Garrett says we need to go. So after a very brief trade, let's say that among your starting gold, remember, as part of the previous job, you do have some spare funds. You've done what you need to get the coolant system pieces for repairs for later on as well.
Perfect. Carlina's got that one track mind. She wants to fix the ship.
Oh, yeah.
She's unperturbed by all of this. It's just, she's used to seeing it everywhere.
Yeah, it is everywhere. I mean, Carlina as well would know that this is not an uncommon practice among the criminal underbelly of stuff. One of the things Mama Ratchet's rumored to do, but again, it's all ever rumored because there's no way to prove it, is if you have a body that needs to be made to disappear, this is why Mama Ratchet's very lucrative, is because Mama Ratchet will make that body disappear, and there's no way to, deal with that.
So let's get the stuff back to the ship, and how about you guys do some work, and we'll have we've got an evening date tonight.
Okay, well, instead of having you guys split up, we're gonna have the ship parts delivered, and I'm gonna give you the actual conversation to have. You'll have time. But before we do so, real quick, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to Gary Con Live for coming in with their raid. Sorry, we kind of kept the scene going. I was kind of in a zone there with Mama Ratchet. But welcome in, guys, and if you don't know who I am, my name is Michael, the Deadliest Gamer. This is my place, this is my face. We're playing Starfinder 2nd Edition, but we also do a whole bunch of Pathfinder as well. So if you are looking at enjoying, the Paizo stuff, hey, give us a follow. Come check us out. We're also very, very much all storytellers. I am a very, very big advocate of good roleplay, great table management, and of course, learning through doing. So if you guys have questions or things that you would like to know about role-playing games, performing, DMing, gaming, any of that sort of stuff, throw things in chat because we're very interactive and we love having people here. And of course, for my audience as well, if you haven't checked out GaryCon Live, GaryCon is an amazing celebration of the life and times of none other than Mr. Gary Gygax, who is the forebearer of a lot of TTRPGs and the like, as well as Dungeons and Dragons. And, you know, it is such a great way for every year people to be celebrating not only the contributions he has made to the gaming industry as far as this, but also a great amount of people that have been connected and brought together and healed by the game that that was made. So yeah, go check out GaryCon Live, full of tons of cool content creators, lots of great role play and amazing things for you guys to check out. Yeah, we love GaryCon Live. Been there a couple of times, and yeah, sending all the love. All the love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. There. Okay. Gareth, you have vacated the premises with your team in tow. Your parts are on their way to the ship. Where would you like to go in order to have this discussion, and what would you like to do? Well, have the discussion, obviously.
Well, the intention was to actually go back to the ship and do the repair, and we can prefer not to discuss anything where our little rat spies are around.
All right. So you make your way back towards your vessel. Not a problem. Back aboard the Morning Phoenix.
Yes.
Oh, I did the dumb. Where's that? There we go. Okay. Okay, back aboard the Morning Phoenix. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. The parts are being delivered, but yeah, have your discussion. You're in the main meeting mess hall.
So the meds that we stole were originally stolen by one of Mama Ratchet's kids. She's not happy. So apparently we have to help one of her other kids with his fight club. And they want the entire...
Sorry. Last time I was in a fight club, nothing good happened.
Well, I would suggest that we are either having the fight club or we're all going to be in little itty bitty parts. By the way, those cookies, I would suggest not eating them. As he drops them into the Mr. Fusion.
Murray takes a look at him and he goes, "One of the few times I'm happy that I can't eat or drink anything."
June was probably on her way to take one before, like, she was warned not to eat them. Aw, man.
Sad face.
The ones on top were baked with that Vesk.
What?
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah, that sounds like Mama.
So, I don't see a way of dodging this. And she wants the entire crew.
As a group?
I'm hoping. Yes, as a group. Which gives me some concerns about what kind of a fight we're going to be in. But I have pretty good faith in us.
I'm ready to fuck shit up.
Hi, Expo.
You watch as he pulls out a knife. There's like a little knife. There's like a tiny knife drawer.
Oh, so cute.
I crave violence.
So vicious.
Well,
We
Captain.
really need to get his AI fixed.
yes.
Elwyn's gonna look at Gareth and go, Captain, did she specify the terms of the fight, or are we I know she wants all of us there, but is it going to be like a group tournament or is it going to be melee? In 1-to-1 melee, I mean.
It was, I didn't ask. But I'm only willing to go in as the group. Although,
that's
in fairness,
understandable
once we're there,
given
we might
what
be in
happened to
trouble.
that poor Vesk.
Carolina,
I mean,
do you have any ideas?
It's not like we have much of a choice. It's either that or we flee. Either way, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Did she mention if we can use weapons, or is this barehanded?
As far as I know, there's weapons, but I honestly I didn't ask. I probably should have.
We can use weapons, we should be all right.
June just kind of raises her hand like, I mean, if they need help with production values, I can put on a good show.
It's possible. Apparently, the quality of the fights has been underwhelming. So
then instead of just outright winning, we should at least put on a bit of a show then.
What do you mean by good show, June? I'm a little worried about you.
Oh, well, let's see. I have a few spells. I can grease the floor. I can make one hit land, I think. Oh, I can daze people. And I have a thing I can do where if they got like big screens all over the arena, I can put something on it. I can put a giant message on the screen that's like, Mama Ratchet sends her regards. Leave tips at the door or something like that.
I like that.
Basically, it's her cantrips and stuff.
I like that. That's good. I want so you're a little squishy, and Elowen, you're a little squishy. I would like you guys to stay in the back. Medellin, I apologize for the debacle earlier. I underestimated you. I will not call you squishy anymore. You did a really good job with the cooling vents, so I will not try to protect you anymore. You are good to go. So you do what you think is best. Mercutio, you're big and strong, but I don't think I've ever seen you fight. How are you?
I know my way around a sword. I just haven't used it in a long time.
Okay.
So if we have to use melee weapons, I'll think of something. But if we bring our own in, I'm probably just gonna bring the gun with.
If possible, I would rather you use a gun, man. Just stay in the back.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Elowen, if you could stay in the back, and June could stay in the back. Actually, Mercutio, if you could stay in the back, maybe in front of June and Elowen, and protect those two for me, I'll jump in the middle. I'm all right with that.
Oh yeah, I'm good with laying cover fire for you.
Medellin, how about you?
I don't think we're supposed to be talking about Fight Club, so let's stop talking and let's start fighting.
Captain, what do you think?
Think of all the ass you're gonna kick, Medellin.
It sounds, well, it is what it is. I would like the ship ready to go. We may be running. I prefer not to. We've got more business to do here, but I would rather have it. I don't want to have the cooling system blow out as we're trying to undock. So
I think with Carlina and I working together, I think we should have it done in maybe 2 hours tops.
Yeah, we got this.
What about Expo?
4 hours tops.
You watch as Expo has already started like armoring up with just like random bits and pieces. You can see he's got like, just like bits of scrap put on him. He also has somehow or another got red war paint over his screen. There is no expo. There is only Dalvak the Destroyer.
Elowen quietly under her breath goes, I love that little guy.
Is that your MMO
Yeah.
character?
If MMO stands for murder, oh yeah, murder, then yes.
Okay. But as long
Are you
as
sure
the
you
ship
wanna-
is ready, we give them a show and we get away with our lives.
Let's get our baby working.
All right.
Yep.
The remainder of the day, you will basically be working on repairing the coolant system and the like. You won't need to make a check. It will just, take a little bit of time. And yes, as correctly ascertained, Mercutio and Carlina, with the two of you working in tandem, it does not take long for you to be able to fully repair the vessel. In the meantime, is there anything you guys would like to do in order to prepare for the festivities of the evening, or are you guys solid?
I would like Elowen would want to make sure that the med bay is fully operational and ready to go, so that if there are severe injuries, that she can do her job. That would be her.
Okay, not a problem. I'm gonna say that among your starting equipment as well, like remember as I mentioned, there was the quest stuff. You've used the opportunity to actually fit out your stuff properly. I mean, up until this point, there wasn't really much in the way of like supplies in the med bay, but now there is. So now your med bay is stocked up.
What can we do to prepare?
Well, if you want to get any particular equipment, if you guys want to train or practice or come up with particular tactics or strategies that might serve you an advantage, yeah, that would be my my advice, I guess.
Madeline is going through all the weapons, checking everybody's weapons, making sure they're all in good repair and all charged up for the fight.
Okay, beautiful.
It's not much, and hopefully she can get away with this, but June's idea of preparation, aside from quickly watching one of her shows to get an idea for a cool finisher and finishing line that she's probably not going to get to use, is to rig a display somewhere to say good luck everyone somewhere on the ship.
Sure. There is a good luck in the death battle sign that gets put up on the that gets put up on the ship.
It is it's probably cuter than it should be by any means. I just there's not really much she knows to do for terms of preparation, and I think I've just got whatever.
It is very cute.
So, do we all have our own rooms on board?
Yes, everyone has their own quarters. I believe that Elowen quarters are adjacent to the med bay. Medlin's quarters are what used to be the armory, but has since been repurposed to also include a bunk and a rack. June and Gareth are in the front of the ship towards the bridge, and Mercutio and Carlina, your quarters are sort of separated, but in rooms that are adjacent to the cargo bay, which are near engineering, but not close enough that you guys can hear the engines all the time.
Okay. I'm assuming that Merc had, the bed just removed from his room, considering that he doesn't need one, and it's more of like a recharge station. But during his time alone to prepare,
Mhm.
he'd go to this like chest he has, long chest,
Mhm.
opens it up, and just pulls out this super old beat up blade and gives like a small pre-battle prayer to Iomide.
Okay. Nice. You you close your eyes and you say a quick prayer. You think to yourself about the battle to come. You pray to Iomade for the strength to guide you. The worn out sword that you hold within your hand. It does inspire you. It does fill you with a certain amount of confidence. So yeah, there you go. I love that. Also, really quick, Laura Burns, thank you so much for coming in with your community. So good to see you and all of your friends here. Guys, thank you for stopping by. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. We're playing Starfinder 2nd Edition. It is the night before, it is the day before our heroes are going to embark on a underground fight club because they owe a debt to a criminal matron named Mama Ratchet. And so our heroes are clearing their debt by getting into a arena death fight brawl thing. So yeah, that's what everyone's prepping for. We do very, very interactive role playing here. So if you guys have any questions, or if you guys still want to learn a little bit about Starfinder and table management and role playing, give us a follow, check us out, all the cool stuff. But yeah, all right. But we will, of course, return to the group as they continue their prep. So, anyone else doing anything before the fight tonight?
Is this stuff just on the ship, or does this also include walking to, like, making the trip back down to where the fight arena is?
You could do stuff on the way to the fight if you'd like. Yeah, like you guys, like the day is yours, so you don't have to stay on the ship. You can go and continue to explore the station if you like.
I have something I'd like to do on the way, like as we're getting closer to the arena.
Sure. I'm keen. Tell me about it.
Okay.
So, it would be on the way to the arena, like as we're about to enter the arena. Elwyn will kind of wave Gareth down and be like, "Captain, can I borrow you for just a second, real quick, before we go in?"
Gareth, that's to you.
Sure.
Keep your silence.
Oh yeah. Well. Yep. Yeah. Sure.
She's gonna wave him over, and she's going to be like, "I trust your decision in this. I'll be support, be healing, all that stuff. The stuff I'm actually good at. I'm not hoping to get flung to shit like on Hackathon." And she's going to put one hand on Garrett's shoulder, and her other hand is going to come up to touch the bright green marking that goes like over and under her eye. She's going to touch the underside of that marking, and she is going to say a short prayer as a way to cast guidance on him. And for her prayer, she is just gonna close her eyes, take a breath, because she hasn't ever prayed in front of him before, I wouldn't think. And she's going to go, "Lady Talbot, normally violence is not the story I would want to tell, but we are here. Please give us the inspiration to put on a good enough show to live another day and give the captain the guidance he needs to see this through." And then she's gonna like squeeze his shoulder once and let go and end her prayer. And you get guidance. Steve, I gotta figure out how to cast it on you.
If you use the magnifying glass where the spell is and you scroll down, it should have a little person with the stats for guidance on it. Just drag that and drop that onto him. It can either be the the portraits at the top in the combat tracker, or the token, depending on where we're at.
Ready? I can do that.
I mean, the other thing too, in the course of the day, because we had some time before we got to this point, would have ordered some, just regular ship supplies and, essentially topping the, getting the ship organized.
Yeah, not a problem. Easy to do. You get some UPDs for the printers and stuff. You make sure that everything is ship shape thanks to Mercutio and Kalina. Yeah, you're doing solid. You're doing great work.
Yep.
Okay.
Everybody get some food.
Enjoy your last meals.
Oh shit! I knew I was forgetting something. Merc will forever be a smartass. Anytime Gareth asks about food or anybody wanting anything, Merc will make a comment about it.
Oh, cool. Well, if Merc is a smartass, then that is what he does.
Yeah, only to his friends.
Okay.
June will try anything once, just for the experience.
All right.
Even questionable Fight Club food.
Okay. Well, making your way to the arena. You make your way to the warehouse first, which is where you are greeted by a couple of the workers from Mama Ratchet, who begin to take you down a flight of stairs into the maintenance tunnels. As this happens, you slowly begin to hear the sounds of music slowly rising from beneath the cold steel and iron. Illuminations of bright green from the Newtonian fluid that seems to be pumping through the various pipelines seem to be questionably preserved at a certain point, but you do your best to kind of ignore it as you continue down following the pathway. Eventually, let's see, here we go. Here we go. Getting that music up. All right. Eventually, you start to hear the roar and the thrum of an audience. You see a large group of people who have gathered, taking tickets as they step into an area known as, Simon Says, Painbringer, as the arena is jumping. There's a reasonable amount of people here who are all buying tickets and the like. You see special little sort of these signs that they normally would use for construction have been repurposed to now say tonight only, Captain Gareth and crew versus the Annihilator, the house champion, and if they do die, you guys get to one lucky viewer will get to keep the skull of the victims. You watch as blood sports are a good way to kind of for the people who are disenfranchised to kind of forget their woes, and for one night they just revel in the blood sport. A lot of these are, of course, criminals and the like. You see that there are places where people are taking bets. You see that there are people are selling merch. You see that people are, sort of handing out food and beverages and the like. And as you are guided down a flight of stairs further into the arena area, you were all kitted out with what looks to be a node on your head. These are just cameras. They're basically sensors. They're going to keep track of your vitals, as well as broadcast to the monitors from your POV. Plugs in.
Okay.
Yep. You all get plugged in.
June gets a little excited, oh, first person.
Yep. June's already in first person, but still exciting.
It's the camera view, though. You know, like camera first person view. You know.
Oh yeah, like you look up at the monitors and can see where your FPV is. You're like, oh, you know, yeah.
Yep, she's definitely giving someone motion sickness.
Yeah, you just start spinning. All right. All of a sudden, there is a voice that comes from overhead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Painbringer, a enhanced entertainment extravaganza. We have brought you many memorable and countless fights, such as the irradiated alligator versus Stephen. Orblock, Breaker of Worlds versus Douglas. And who could forget Bill versus Thomas? Ugh. But today we have a special treat for you. Today, we have the crew of the Morning Phoenix, led by none other than infamous free-runner pirate Captain Gareth and his crew of cutthroats. And you hear a mix of cheers and boos and stuff like that. And today, only today, they will be facing the house in 3 rounds. Special spills, wild thrills, all await you in just a moment. Bettings will close in just a short period of time, so be sure to lock in your bets as to who you believe is going to live and who is going to perish as they enter the Radiatorium. You hear the more cheering and yay! And you watch as your doors open to what looks to be a broken down piece of the internal structure of the spike. So you remember how I said there was that Newtonian fluid that was bright green glowing and stuff? Yeah, there is a leak somewhere which has been gathered into a pool underneath you. 60 foot down, you see this glowing bright irradiation coming from below. There's also this small little decorative ring around the arena of that same fluid. Now, you know this. Your actual armored suits protect you against the mild radiation, but it will do fuck all if you fall into the pit below. All right.
Oh, joy.
You are invited to enter the arena. You guys can put on a show if you would like to do something in particular.
June is
June, do you
smiling
wanna-
and waving at everyone because clearly there's nothing wrong with this.
Fair.
She's
Carlina-
delighted to make an entrance.
Carlina's gonna stalk out and because she's got a pretty big hammer, but she's gonna swing the hammer like she knows what she's doing, and the hammer is pretty large, so it should actually look pretty impressive as she's swinging her hammer as she's coming out.
Nice, love that. There's a big cheer when you do that. Like, you know, some people are like, oh my god, is that June 30? That is June 30. You know, people are like starting to take, oh, actually, yeah, everyone's sort of like, it's like, oh man, I heard that she got banned from competitive gameplay. Now she's a freaking arena fighter. That's fucking cool. Quick, everyone post on socials. And they, you know, and Carlina, when you smash down, you know, you can hear some of the more tough people. Oh, fuck yeah! Kill the robot!
Yeah, so Merc's walking in, and I'm picturing it just like the Winter Soldier scene when he's just walking slowly, reloading his gun. That's just... from the last time he was in an arena fight, he tried making too big of a show, and it backfired on him, so he's just making it simple.
Yep, nice. Yeah, you no bells and whistles on Mercutio as you just focus on the plan. Yep, you load up as you get closer. Cool. Madeline, Elowen?
Madeline is doing her best to look tough, as it looks like she's taking baby steps into the arena, and you can hear this growl bubbling in her chest that suddenly she opens her mouth and gnashes her teeth, and out from her stomach comes out like a tube uh, with gnashing teeth, and a roar comes out from both mouths.
Sorry, both mouths?
She's a skitterwhelp. She has a mouth in her stomach that
Oh,
bites.
oh, so you're pregnant?
No, skitterwhelps do not lose their vestigial mouths.
Oh, okay. So again, super unaware that that was you, because that was never described previously. I'm gonna say, are you sure on that one? Because that is going to be about as unique as it is going to be that your entire lower half is going to have a giant gaping hole in your armor to shoot through.
I've imagined the armor of having like a little slit that it pops out of.
Oh yeah, but that can still get shot though. Like that huge mouth. Like, because keep in mind, I want to point out it is a very sizable bit of flesh. I am asking. I am
now it.
Yeah, I'm asking because your character is a soldier, and it is a glaring weakness, which we can play with, and I'm happy to do so. But I do want to give you that heads up.
After it pops out, it goes back in.
Yeah, but
you can't see a difference in the.
Oh yeah, but the armor is still the same, meaning that you still have a giant hole in your armor midsection.
She has a shield also.
Okay, cool. Again, like I said, I have stated my case. I've put this forward. That is, that I will make the adjustments accordingly. Okay. Cool. Again, people cheer for that as that happens. Elwyn, what about you?
So, Elwyn would it's almost as if she's casting Eldritch Lance. She claps and she sort of does this almost like monk-like footwork, as not quite dancing, but just very fancy, like show-off footwork. And she sort of dances with this ribbon of magic in her hands. And then just as she's about to hit like her final spot before the fight starts, she kind of does a twirl and throws it, and it kind of shoots off like a firework, like a little baby firework, not to actually hurt anybody.
Nope, love that. All right, very very cool. As that happens, there's more cheering coming out. You've got quite a few fans in the crowd. And Gareth.
Gareth just will photon attune and very slowly, push out his sword. Essentially creating the sword as slowly as he possibly can until it hits full length. And then, do the ever popular drag it along the ground to get some sparks.
Okay, very nice. Love that. And everyone, again, let's lose this chair. Okay, sorry, 2 seconds. I'm just checking on the Everwhelp feat. There we go. Skittermander Heritages. Thank you. That's what I was looking for, you bastard. Let's see. Despite being a full-grown adult, you've retained your stomach mouth either through a quirk of evolution or purposeful genetic mutation or biomutanical augmentation. You gain jaws that are an unarmed strike that deal 1d6 persistent damage. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay. So the way I'm going to work that is that your character will have basically it's like almost like a window shutter in your gut. So basically it'll like sort of cover it and then uncover it, you know what I mean? I am going to say that given its nature, you're going to have to take an action to activate or deactivate it. But once it's deactivated, what it'll do is, because, looking at shield rules kind of thing, you'll have a -1 penalty to your AC when your gut bit is opened and you are able to use your tummy mouth. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. Sweet! All right. Okay, the arena battle prepares to commence. The commentator says, to begin! We're going to place our heroes against a swarm of Mama Ratchet's very own scrap mousers. And as this happens, several of these scrap rats start crawling up from the irradiated pit. They start to make their way towards you. And we're going to go into initiative. Gareth, you are up first.
Okay. Let's see, how far away are these guys? They're long. Looks like a long ways.
They are. They're 90 foot away from you. Actually, no, hold on, wait. You guys should have moved into the actual arena, so let's say that you guys have actually moved here. There we go.
Okay. Well, we're going to start with a bang.
All right.
And he is going to trigger his Stellar Rush.
With photons?
With photons.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, so that is stride twice with a 10-foot circumstance bonus to the speed. Now, is that per stride or?
Yeah, that'd be per stride. If it is, you have a 10-foot move speed increase.
Yeah, okay, so I've got a 70-foot move, which will put me conveniently. I don't think I can get all of them into a 15-foot circle.
Yes, you can. If it's a 15-foot radius.
15-foot. It's a 15-foot burst.
Yeah, so if it comes from you, then it's 15 foot from that center. So yeah, as long as you aim between them, then yes, it'll hit all of them.
Okay. Okay, so, sorry, just make it rid of this. He's going to move up to here.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to, he is going to trigger a burst. This is a 2-action thing. Finish the strides, create a photon and a 15-foot burst until the start of your next turn. Creatures outside the photon field are concealed to creatures inside the field. So, the rest of the crew can't be seen by these critters.
Okay. Let me just... Hiya. There we go. Alright. So you've rushed in, and then there's this flashbang of like this 15-foot area that is now bright light.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Done and done. That's 2 actions.
That's 2 actions, and he will take a swing at the one that's Scrap Rat number 2.
Take the shot.
So,
Mercutio, you're next.
oh,
Yeah, but critical.
wow. That's unusual.
Okay, a critical hit.
Chicken.
Critical hit. I think he actually gets a crit effect on this one, too. Oh, well, he goes down. So it doesn't really matter.
Mm-hmm. All right. That scrap rat is destroyed. All right, which brings us to Mercutio.
Quick question. How do I know how far I can throw something?
Depends on what it is. If it has no throwing distance, then it only has a 5-foot throw range.
Okay, then grenades are awful in this.
Oh no,
they have a
grenade
5 foot.
I think grenades. I think
just-
grenades do list under throwing. Let me just have a look.
It does not say.
Grenades can be thrown 70 foot.
Okay, 70 foot. That is 80. So Merc's gonna. What's my movement? My movement's 25. So Merc's gonna go there to here. Should put me in just enough. Yep. And then he's going to lob one of his electromag grenades at this rat. And it's a 5-foot burst radius, it says.
Oh, sorry.
So-
Also to clarify, it's a 10-foot range on non-thrown weapons. So if you're just throwing something random.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So you're tossing the grenade?
Yep, I'm tossing the grenade right between these two. So it should hit them both because it's a 5-foot burst.
Yeah, yep. Not a problem. Okay, so
All right.
reflex
It is a-
saves.
Yep, I'm dropped.
Reflex save number
Uh,
1,
Of the
17, and 22.
Well, now it's a basic save, so that's save for half.
Yep. So roll your
Right.
damage, and I'll apply it to both of them. They are numbers 6 and 7.
2 electricity.
Okay, so 6 and 7 take 2 electric damage. All right, done and done. As the grenade explodes outwards. So that was
I
a
figured they would
Yep.
have weakness to electricity because they're robots.
nope. They do not. Let me
Alright,
double check.
So it's a move. That was 1 grenade thrown. I got 1 more action. You know, I'm just gonna use a regular frag grenade then.
Sure.
So same thing against the same 2. Another DC 17 reflex save.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, really?
Okay, so they
So it's-
take 2 damage each.
Yep.
All right.
And yeah, that's it, unfortunately.
All right, Mercutio throwing a couple of grenades. They've done decent damage to the rats, but then we go to Carlina.
We have a split set of enemies, but she can't leave the captain by himself, and Mercutio is throwing grenades.
You
So,
do see a big
Le-
bright area of light. That is where the captain was. It is hard to see in there.
But she knows the captain ran that way,
Yeah.
and he is in melee by himself. Yeah. So Carlina is going to very athletically run forward just as fast as she can with that hammer right behind her and take a leap at one of them and just jump up in the air as high as she can and slam it down on one of the rats. So
All
that
right.
will be 2 moves to get her right there. Yep. 2 moves.
All
and
right.
1.
Now, what's the effect of your light aura, Gareth? Real quick.
It says, until the start of the next turn, creatures outside the photon field are concealed to creatures inside the field.
Okay,
It
so
doesn't actually
she,
say
so
anything about that they can't see in.
Right. Oh.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Okay, cool. In which case, yes, Carlina, you can see this rat super clear. Make your attack.
All right. Oh wait, hang on. I need
And
to-
Elwyn, you are up next.
Wait, that was the wrong button. Don't roll, wrong button. There we go.
Solid
Yes.
hits as Carlina wails on one of the rat robots. Boom! Destroying it in a single blow.
Drop the rat.
All right. Super cool. So, 2 moves and a hammer. Elwyn, you're up.
Alrighty, so Elwyn is going to move. That's 65. I need to. Sorry. She is going to move forward
Mm-hmm.
about 10 feet. Okay, sorry, I just needed to. Alright, she's going to move forward 10 feet, sort of almost side by side with Mercutio, but not quite. And
Yeah.
she is going to cast. She's going to clap her hands together again. Instead of a light colored magic like when she entered the show, this one is going to be a purple black and filled with a glow luminescence of stars, and she is going to cast Eldritch Lance.
All right.
She
Very
can figure out
nice.
how to do it. When did
You
it go?
create a glowing, darker energy, and you will fire.
I will fire. There it is. I figured out how to do it too. Fire on Scrap Rat 6.
Nice.
Wow.
Ooh, unfortunately, the rat dodges, deftly avoiding your attack.
And
I think that's it, right?
yep, that's a move and 2 action spell. Yep, that's it. And she's gonna be like, God damn it.
All right. Which then brings us to the rats. Rat number 1 is going to charge towards the captain using its scrap tail, which is equipped with a knife. It is going to try and slash the captain. And will slash for 3 damage. With a second scrappy slash dealing a miss. Let's see. All right, the blade does hamper you though, as it scratches you. It's nothing too special, but you know it is what it is. All right, Carlina, you're gonna take 3 hits on this one. That's a miss. That is a hit for 2 damage, and ooh, a critical miss. All right, let's see what happens here. Carlina, can I get you to roll me a D100, please?
I would love to roll you a D100.
79. Okay, so 79. How embarrassing for you. You missed. I hope no one saw. That is all.
Damn it!
All right. Moving on, we have the 3 rats here. Seeing everyone is still kind of clustered together. In a 5-foot area.
Ruh-roh.
All right. They are going to lob some grenades. All right.
Hey, that's my thing.
Yeah, they're gonna follow you. So they each have 4 grenades apiece. So I'm gonna have them move into range. Well, I mean they were in range, but they'll move a little closer. And they will each lob a grenade. So I need 4 reflex saves from everyone, por favor.
How do I do that?
Okay, so
You
first
can
of all,
just-
well, hang on, wait. Okay, hold on. Let me refresh that. So we're gonna do them one at a time, rather than overwhelming me with like freaking 12 freaking checks. Okay, so let me clear that. There we go. All right, so on your main character page, on the bottom right-hand side, there is a list of Fort, Reflex, and Will. So Reflex is what we want to do with. So, first grenade. Can I get everyone to roll me your first Reflex save?
You can do a hero point.
Drop it anywhere?
Give me a second. Yep, just anywhere is fine.
That was scary.
Okay, Mercutio is going to use the hero point. Are you sure?
Yes,
Okay, if you're sure.
I am sure because I rolled good the first time.
Well, I was going to say,
22.
are you sure? Because I was actually being really sneaky about this, and it's actually only ever going to do 1 damage to you. I take it you don't want to use your hero point.
No.
No. Okay, the way grenades work is they are splash weapons. So unless you're targeting someone specific, the grenade will only ever deal damage to the person you are targeting. The reflex save is for the splash damage to hit multiple targets. I have allowed Mercutio to bypass this rule, mostly for drama's sake, but I'm not going to do the same for you guys. But each of these robots are going to hit you with 2 of these splash weapons, which thankfully only deal 1 point of damage. So everyone takes 2 damage automatically, regardless if you save or not. The only thing I'm looking for is if you fumble, you will take an additional point of damage. So that was the first save. Could I get the next save from everyone, please? Good. Who's not rolling? Somebody's not rolling. It is Medlin. Medlin, why aren't you rolling?
Yeah, for some reason I'm clicking it, it's not going.
Are you double-clicking
Double-click
it?
Yes, I'm double clicking it.
Then you can just
My fantasy ground seems to be running slow.
Okay, so in that case, just hover over the thing and make sure you just click it twice definitively. So you are hitting that one, yeah?
Yep.
Cool. All right, I can roll it for you. That's fine. So your first roll is fine. Your second roll is also fine. Okay, third roll from everyone, please. Ooh, that is a natural 1 and a second natural 1. All right, so that is an additional 1 point of damage to Mercutio and Medlin. So that brings it up from, because they're hitting you twice each, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So that'd be 9 damage to Medlin and Mercutio. And 1 more reflex save from everyone. All right. And Elwin. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, cool. So 8 points of damage to Elwin and June, and 9 points of damage to Medlin and Mercutio. How are you guys looking as you are bombarded with your grenades?
is that total
So it
or
was-
again?
That's total. That's total.
Okay.
Okay.
Merc is hurt a lot.
Mhm.
All right. That is the scrap robots done. Which then brings us to Medellin.
Okay, Madeline's going to take 2 actions to move up, and I'm trying, but okay, there it goes. And she's, as we were coming out and doing our thing, she was equipping her shield and her plasma doshko. If that's okay.
Yep, you can equip stuff as part of your move action, not a problem.
Okay, so she's got her shield in her mid left hand, covering her stomach area, protecting the mouth.
Yep.
And Plasma Doshko is in the upper mid right hand, and she is going to sweep that Plasma Doshko at the rat.
All right, make your attack.
Is it the +6 attack or the third?
+6, yeah, because this is your first attack of the round. Okay. The multi-attack penalty is only for subsequent attacks or strikes.
Okay. How do I do that? Oh, okay, here it is. Scrap rat.
And Jun, you're up next. Ooh, a natural 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that if possible.
You can if you want. These are scrap rats.
Wait, was that 3 now?
Easy, guys.
No.
Do I want the crit? You know what? I'll risk it and I'll take the crit.
You'll take the crit? All right. Because I mean, hero points are good. These things are not, you know what I mean? Like if you're doing a crit fumble on something, I mean, because even keeping in mind, if you go down and you have the hero point, at least you can still stay up. All right.
Okay. Yeah.
Roll me a percentage, please. Also, the odds are better in your favor with this book when it comes to the crit hits and crit misses, by the way. Just as a heads up.
Oh, why? Is there no instant decapitation ones in there, Dag?
Someone
sound there for you.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not like I ever been decapitated 3 times.
Okay.
We thought you had it till you didn't, man.
There is some pretty bad ones, but no, there's no instant kill ones.
Thank God. I like this one 1,000 times already.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, I've accidentally grabbed 2 and I don't know how to drop 1.
Just drop it. Release your hand. Like this. There you go. Perfect.
Yeah, if you just drop it, don't roll it like you normally would.
Okay.
Okay.
You missed. How embarrassing. That is all. Okay. So Medellin moved twice and took a swing, leaving us with June.
All right. Give me a moment. This is literally my first time doing anything with a map.
Come up with your plan first, then instigate the map stuff.
Yeah, but I need to look at stuff too. First things first. Is that lever in the middle just an artifact of the picture, or is it actually something?
Both, I guess. It is something in the picture. It is something you could potentially interact with.
On the one hand, probably should not pull random levers. On the other hand...
It is effectively a giant red button.
June has the zoomer brain. You know she wants to do it.
She does, but what if it freaking retracts that metal grate that half the team is standing on right now?
That's just a risk you're gonna have to take.
Or the one that's on the lever.
Yeah. Hang on, this is gonna take a moment because I'm not good at planning.
Then just do. If you're not good at planning, then just do stuff and deal with consequences later.
No.
Do like Marcus, be impulsive.
No, don't be like Marcus. No, backtrack.
Don't listen to him.
Denied. Eat
I have
farts.
the most fun in the game.
All right,
True,
so
Marcus does
here's
have
what
fun.
I'd like to do. Although I'll deal with the vagaries of positioning and move speed and whatever in a second. I want her to kind of get out of the radius of where that cluster was gonna be. Hang on. Basically, how everyone was clustered to get smacked by those grenades. She wants to get out of that range. I was thinking of moving her. Is there a way to just kind of like drag and check distance before confirming a move? Again,
if you hold down both of your mouse buttons and drag, you will create a measuring tape, and then if you double click again, it'll remove the measuring tape.
I regret to inform you that I am a trackpad user and do not have mouse buttons.
Where are you trying to go? I will measure it for you.
Same reaction.
Yeah, just tell me where you want to go. Yeah.
Not.
Well, describe it based on the location on the map.
I'm trying to figure out how to describe it.
Oh wait, no, hold on, wait, no. Schoolie told me this. Shut up, everyone, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna prove to Schoolie that I listen to him. Pick up your character and hold the left Alt button. Fuck. Don't touch shit.
Oh, no.
Pick up your character, hold the left Alt button,
doing?
then drop it where you want it to be.
Bingo.
Shut up, Schoolie! I was getting there, damn it! Fucking... I knew it. I knew it before he said it.
Alright. I'm running out of fingers. I cannot hold my push to talk at the same time as I'm...
Okay, then just do the thing. You don't need to push it to talk at the moment.
I know. Alright. How about... hang on.
So again, hold left Alt and then pick up your token.
I am. I'm calculating the precise... I'm being too precise about this.
You are. Because I guarantee you, they can just change their trajectory and just blow you away, like, by aiming at you.
Yeah. So, how about we go over there?
Okay, is that where you would like to go?
Yes.
Okay, that is a 20-foot movement. Can you click the little tick mark?
Yep, got that.
There you go, and then you'll move. So that is another way you can measure it. So you've used the move action.
There is... I need to ask something. How exactly does a hacking kit work? Would you be able to kind of pull that out and start fiddling with one of the rats that are on the left side?
That would only be with remote hacking, which you do not have as an ability just yet. You will have to be in personal contact and wire them in.
Alright, shelve that then.
You also do have the broken ones if you want to try and repair it and then reprogram it, potentially.
No.
Okay, just checking.
Well, hang on, I'm just... Sorry, this takes me 5,000 years to process, but I have a plan. It's building inside my head. Maybe. Once I can figure out where my skills are, not my skills, my spells. There we are. So...
Also, by the way, while June is considering their actions, I want to just remind everyone that this is a learning channel. We are taking our time. There is no rush on things, and there is no pressure on things because, again, not only are we learning how to navigate Fantasy Grounds, we are learning Pathfinder 2nd Edition for the very first time. Starfinder 2nd Edition for the very first time as well. So there is a lot of stuff to go on. So there is no pressure here in terms of, trying to push people's turns. I definitely am a very big advocate of people taking actions and then I will work out the mechanics behind that. But some people also prefer to weigh up their options and utilize what they have for their character sheets. But I want to give everyone that heads up as a, hey, if you have an idea like with Carlina and the big leaping hammer thing, or, if you want to try and bounce a shield off a wall and hit someone, whatever. That's one of the reasons why we have hero points as well, is they can bend and break the rules if it's something cool and something you're willing to put your hero points and stuff towards.
Okay, one more question. Where are my witch warper stuffs? Skills? Spells?
If you look under actions, if you look under spells tab. So, on your right-hand side, there should be actions, and then your witch warper spells are down the bottom there. So you have grease, hydraulic push, sure strike, analyze target, daze, ignition, implant data, and recharge.
All right, good. That's what I thought I was looking at.
Yeah.
So, how about just now? Well, one moment.
Huh.
Can
you remember how you
daze
said you
work-
remember how you mentioned the hacking thing? Technically, implant data might actually be able to work,
Hmm.
but it would be implanting data. It wouldn't be altering the data that's already there.
It would just. I don't know what that would do due to the rats on a practical level.
Just whatever your imagination is, because you're adding data to him. So currently their data is they are remote, so they are programmed. Presently, their command is to attack organics on site.
All right, then I got a plan, and that hopefully this will work better. Whatever I thought I was gonna do. How about I cast implant data on? Let's see which rat. I believe that is Scrap Rat 8.
Okay.
How do I do this?
Okay, so implant data, it's a 2-action ability, so you've already moved, so this will be the rest of your action. You reprogram a computer or device to display a chosen piece of data when accessed. You can implant up to 1 piece of data per spell rank, which at this point in time your spell rank is 1. And the data can be a simple fact such as a creature, object, location, physical description, an image of a creature, object, or simple statement, no more than 300 characters. And when the target computer or device accesses this implanted data, it just gains that data automatically. So for example, in this position, you can implant data that there is a biosignal on, say, the other scrap rats. So you're implanting the data of biological signatures on the scrap rats. So when it goes to attack, it now recognizes the other rats as bioorganics, which means under the parameters of its instructions to attack all organics, it's going to attack the other scrap rat.
My idea was either that or just have it run into the goop. But you know what?
Sure.
Have the
Actually,
rats-
yeah, you can remove the pathfinding and make it so that it will step in the goop.
No, it'll be better if at least one rat is fighting the others, just so that it'll slow everything down instead of just removing it. It'll slow the other rats down so not everyone gets chewed up. So, implant data, Scrap Rat 8, with the instruction, other rats are valid targets.
Okay. Done and done. That is the data you have applied. I don't think there's a saving throw or anything like that. Let's see. Let me just double check. Nope. There's no additional saving throw, so it's programmed that way, and it now has the data it needs. Well, yeah. Now, keeping in mind, it can still be instructed otherwise, but for now, however, yeah, you've worked perfectly fine. Okay. Now, at this point in time, the audience begins to cheer as the announcer says, "Are you not entertained? No? You still require more blood and mayhem? Well, then let me introduce to you our wild card for this evening's event. Ladies and gentlemen, you all know him. You all love him. A big, warm, hearty welcome to Papa Ratchet." As basically this large crab-like mech appears in the stands with a series of guns attached to it. And let me just put this over here. Hiya. Now he is not in the arena. But as he appears, he's kind of like a hamster rather than a Yosoki. And he is riding on top of this, again, spider mech with machine guns. And he says, "Upload your nage! We're gonna give them a show to remember! Strap yourselves in! I'ma fill you so full of lead they can sharpen the top of your head and turn you into a pencil! as you know, you watch as these guns start to whir up, and from above, just this rain of bullets start to, and you watch as this tiny hamster just starts like bouncing back, forth, left, and right as this rain of fire comes down in front of you. But that is where we're going to end today's session, as our heroes are being, for the next round, going to be sprayed upon by the bullets from Papa Ratchet's machine gun. And this is our this is our boss buff from our dear friend Schooly Eye. So the rest of the rounds are going to be bothered by the hamster mech. So there you go.
And then I was so nice to Schooly Eye and didn't give 2 boss buffs this morning on Gatewalkers.
Yeah, well, that just, I mean, like,
Revenge.
there's always,
Revenge.
well, keeping in mind that, yeah, there's always next time. And,
This is Jordan, Steve.
all right, guys.
Escalated.
All right, but nonetheless, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys enjoy little Papa Ratchet. Look at him. Isn't he fucking cute? Fucking love him. And here's Mama
Does he have
Ratchet.
the right to use that name?
Papa Ratchet? What do you mean?
Is he actually, has he gotten permission from Mama Ratchet to be her papa?
Yeah, it's her husband.
Oh, it is her husband. All right then, fine.
Yeah. This is Papa Ratchet. So this is to scale, by the way, how big Mama and Papa are. Yeah.
Actual papa. Okay, good. Good to know.
Actual Papa. Papa Ratchet. He's Scottish. He's very, very thickly Scottish. Which I just find hilarious. Okay, but guys, that brings us to the end of today's game. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to, of course, our dear friends from GaryCon Live and Laura Bones for bringing their communities in throughout today's stream. I had a freaking awesome time with you guys. I hope you guys also are enjoyed today's chaotic session. Man, I'm not gonna lie. I want to give myself a pat on the back. Mama Ratchet, like, I think, like, Southern people can be very intimidating in a very nice way. I think it's a very difficult thing to pull off well, and I was actually legitimately a little worried about whether or not I'd be able to pull it off, but I think I fucking killed it with Mama Ratchet. Like, the even the threatening cookies, you know what I mean? Like, you come in with a bad trail of cookies, like, yeah, don't fucking eat those. You know, like,
She's got at least 2 new fans now. You can tell her that.
Oh yeah, fantastic. So amazing. I thought I did a good job with Mama Ratchet. I was very worried about her, but I feel like you've actually really gotten to know a lot of the family too, like Simon being like kind of the showman, and Nib and Nob being kind of like the goons, and Cat being the you know, kind of like anxiety-driven, like accountant kind of person, and of course, big Scottish fucking, you know, angry hamster. The family's quite quite robust, and I'm glad that I've been able to somehow manage to have every single one of these family members be independent and unique and stuff like that. So yeah. Who knows? Maybe if one of you guys end up getting killed, maybe one of you can play like one of the Ratchet family joining the crew as like a mechanic or something. Not saying that the mechanic will die. I'm saying Mercutio will die. Mercutio will die, and that'll be the person who needs to be replaced.
No, you're saying Marcus is gonna die. Just kidding.
All right.
Just a little. Figuratively.
A little death. Okay. But guys, that's it. We're done. What was I looking up? I was looking up to see how many people we've got watching, because we did have a couple of big raids actually. So I want to make sure, see how many people we've got running around, and we should be raiding other people, or if we should just say goodnight. Let's see. We have a whopping total of, it's not going to show me 35 people watching. Yeah, we're fine. We can just sign off. All right, but guys, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other, because why the fuck not? It's free. And as always, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.